Hi guys, just wait for a few people to join and then we can start. My name's Lisa. It's lovely to see you all today. So, my name's Lisa. I'm studying law at Queen's and I'm delighted to be hosting the first session of our Build Your Skills Instagram Live Day, where we'll be learning all about the opportunities to gain that all-important experience. So to start, I'm pleased to welcome Carmel McManus, who is a careers consultant at Queen's, and will be answering my questions on how to find a work experience opportunity. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask through the session, and I'll get to these at the end. So I'm just going to dial in Carmel now. So we'll just wait for Carmel to join us.
Hi, Lisa.
Hello.
Morning.
I'm good. How are you?
All good, thank you.
Lovely to see you today. Brilliant. So if you don't mind, you can start off with the first question.
Certainly. So just to talk about, I suppose, why work experience is important. And really, work experience is important because it exposes you as a student into the world of work. It gives you an insight into different industries and sectors and a bit of an idea, I suppose, of the different tasks and activities that you might undertake in a particular job role. It's also an opportunity to develop and attain different transferable skills and technical skills that you can then add to your CV, which will make you more attractive to an employer, I suppose. It also allows you to meet and build relationships with new people and start to build your professional network.
Yeah.
And finally, I suppose work experience gives you an indication, if you like that, what aspects of work that you like, and it will allow you to make a more informed decision, I suppose, on how you move forward with your career.
Yeah, most definitely. Thank you. So what are the different types of work experience, do you think, that we could understand?
So yeah, there's lots of different types of work experience that you can avail of. So simply even a part-time job is one of the best ways of getting work experience, and regardless of that, if that work is in the sector that you want to go into or not, it's still a great opportunity to learn transferable skills. Volunteering as well is a great experience. Not only does it allow you to make a positive contribution to society, I suppose, but also it helps you to gain the skills needed in particular careers. And it demonstrates to your commitment to a particular sector maybe, and it's a great way to impress an employer.
Brilliant.
Other opportunities then, maybe some degree programs have compulsory work placements, and these can really vary in length. So some of them have an industrial year, a full year in placement, while other ones just have shorter block placements of maybe 1 to 3 months in industry. But really, if your degree program doesn't offer a compulsory work placement, an internship is a great alternative. So these are normally, internships are normally completed over the summer or maybe after graduation. They vary in length. They can last from 1 week up until a year, just depending on the employer and the sector. You'll know yourself, Lisa, coming from a law degree, that these shorter internships are called vacation schemes in the legal field. So that's worth bearing in mind. Also, something to bear in mind is during COVID, a lot of organisations offered virtual internships where you were assigned a mentor and you were able to work on a particular project. And some organisations are still offering that because they were so successful. So a virtual internship may be an option as well for people.
That sounds like a brilliant opportunity.
Yeah, and maybe work shadowing as well. I suppose it gives you a taste of a particular job role, and that's really by observing a professional in industry. So it probably doesn't give you the hands-on practical skills, but it will definitely bring a job alive, I suppose, and it will help you to decide if it's for you or not. But one of the main things, differences, I suppose, with work shadowing, and it differs from an internship or a placement, is that it's generally a bit more informal. You know, it's unpaid and it only lasts a few days.
Great.
So we have work experience, lots of different options: part-time work, volunteering, placements, internships, and work shadowing. So lots to choose from.
Definitely. So there's a lot. There's a big pick that you can go from. So,
Yes.
to what extent can any type of work experience be valuable?
Well, really, any work experience, regardless of what it is, where you do it, or how long for, is really valuable to enhance your CV. It demonstrates, I suppose, to an employer that you have the skills and qualities that they're looking for. It highlights that you're proactive, you're motivated, you're willing to learn. And additionally, it will allow you to draw on real life examples whenever you go into that interview. And that will, I suppose, boost your confidence and give you that competitive edge.
Definitely. And how do you think we could balance studies and work experience? Because it can get quite tough, maybe. Do you have any
Yeah,
tips?
I completely understand that you have a lot, a lot going on with your academic studies. But I think because of the variety of work experience opportunities that I talked about there, we can really choose an option that works best around all your other commitments.
Yeah. And what skills do you think we can develop through work experience?
So you'll learn lots of transferable skills, I suppose, that you can bring into the world of work. You're going to be learning to communicate with a range of, communicate with a range of people from different backgrounds, perhaps. You're going to be learning to work in a team and work collaboratively. That could be learning to compromise with others, overcome differences, manage conflict, that sort of thing. You'll also learn, develop your leadership skills, decision-making skills, how to manage your time, resolve problems.
Yeah.
The list really is endless of all the skills that you could learn through work placement or work experience. But also, other than those soft skills, depending on your work placement, you'll have the opportunity as well to develop some technical skills that are needed in particular sectors.
Definitely sounds like skills we all want to have, so very useful. But how can work experience, do you think, help in the recruitment process for graduate roles?
I suppose when you've done work experience, as I mentioned earlier, it helps to build a robust CV. It demonstrates your capabilities, highlights why you're the best person for the job, and hopefully that will get you through the first phase of the recruitment and selection process and get you an interview. And then, again, as I mentioned earlier, at that interview stage, work experience allows you to draw from real life experience, to show that employer that you have the required knowledge, the required experience and skills to fulfill that particular role. And it's important to remember as well that there's also a potential of a job offer after you graduate if you make a good impression through, maybe a work placement or an internship.
Yeah, that does sound like a good deal. How do you think work experience can boost my confidence as well as employability skills?
I think, Lisa, whenever you go in to do work experience, it's sort of a safer environment because you're not expected to know everything. It's a learning environment. And you should be really comfortable asking questions and gaining that knowledge that you need for your career. And with that knowledge, you will gain confidence.
Yes.
And very often students like yourselves, you're pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. You're going into a new environment, you're meeting new people, you're doing new tasks, and that can be very daunting. So once you achieve that, you feel a great sense of achievement, and that will boost your self-esteem and your confidence as well going forward.
That does sound like good thing to develop. And in what ways can work experience begin to develop and build your professional network?
I suppose when you're starting out with no experience, who you know can just be as important as what you know. And really, a recommendation to an employer from a personal contact can really go a long way. So it's important to keep in touch with people that you meet through work placements, internships, your fellow volunteers, because you never know when those contacts may come in useful.
Yeah. And why is it beneficial to start to build a professional network?
I suppose in your working life, you're going to come across lots of different situations, and you will need the input of others that have a different knowledge base than you, who have different skills than you, who have different attributes. So you'll need to tap into their expertise at times. And likewise, they will have to tap into your expertise at times. So really starting to build a professional network early will benefit you in the long run.
And final question, what is one bit of advice you'd give to QB students who currently have no work experience?
If you have no work experience, I would really urge you to take the steps to gaining some work experience. That really is what employers want to see, along with your academic qualification on your CV. They want work experience. So really, to enable you to develop the necessary skills and confidence to move forward, I would certainly urge people to take the first steps in getting some work experience on their CV.
Yeah. Okay, brilliant. Thank you so much. Is there any questions from anyone for Carmel?
We might have a quiet bunch today, Lisa.
I think so. Maybe everyone's a bit too shy, but
yeah. But like, I would again, if anybody wants to discuss anything about work experience, obviously we have lots of events throughout today, but I would encourage them as well to come and speak to a career consultant, and we can maybe give them some advice and guidance on how to gain their work experience and how to move forward.
We do have one question. Alfie Stewart's asked, where can I find work experience?
There's lots of different avenues where you can find work experience. We have My Future, where you can search for graduate roles, internships, work placements, that sort of thing. So that is probably your first place to look, is on the My Future system. But throughout the day, there will be more information around that.
We have another question. How important is a cover letter along with the resume?
A covering letter, I suppose, is another opportunity to market yourself to an employer, and it complements your CV. So in some occasions, employers will ask for a cover letter, others they won't, but personally I think it gives portrays a professional image if you send in a cover letter, and again it's another opportunity to market yourself to that employer and sell yourself, really.
Thank you so much for your answers.
All right.
I think that's all our questions. Thank you so much, Carmel, for today.
Okay, no problem.
Brilliant. And I think
thank you very much, Lisa.
Bye bye.
Cheerio.